Welcome back from winter break, Mountaineers. You're watching the A Game. I'm Abigail Watkins,
I'm Ashley Marion.
And I'm Shaheem Stafford.
and we're here to catch you up on anything that you might have missed since the end of the fall semester. This week, we'll update you on news released from the football team over the break, standings from the men's and women's basketball teams, the start to track and field season as well as the tennis season, and news from the final home meet of the wrestling team. All this and more coming to you now.
During their 2020 football season, the Appalachian State Mountaineers finished their season 9-3, third overall in the Sun Belt Conference. The team's offense scored over 400 points, passed over 2,000 yards, and rushed over 3,000 yards. The Mountaineers' defense intercepted 15 passes, successfully defending against 74 passes and allowed the lowest completion percentage allowed in the Sun Belt at 48%. The phenomenal performance during the regular season earned the Mountaineers a spot in the inaugural Myrtle Beach Bowl game, and 19 players named All Sun Belt, with 8 gaining first-team recognition. With the end of the 2020 season, the Mountaineers now have their 7th winning record since joining the Sun Belt in 2014.
Starting off that winter break right, the App State football team dominated the North Texas Mean Green in the 2020 inaugural game of the Myrtle Beach Bowl in a 56-28 blowout, giving the Mountaineers their 6th straight bowl win since 2015. Alabama State threw for 136 yards and rushed for 500, and with 7 touchdowns and 317 rushing yards coming from Cameron Peoples. The junior running back broke multiple records during the game, including their personal, school, and NCAA rushing yard records, earning him the first ever Myrtle Beach Bowl MVP award. With their postseason performance, Alabama State has now won their last 6 bowl games from 2015 to 2020 and is now the only team without a loss or a tie in their first 5 bowl appearances.
With the 2020 football season over, the Mountaineers say goodbye to their graduating seniors. In that list of graduates is 3-time All-Sun Belt quarterback Zach Thomas, who will enter the NFL draft in 2021. Even without Thomas, Appalachian State is ready for their 2021 football season with their new quarterback lineup, including Chase Bryce, a grad student coming from Duke, DC Tabscott, a 3-star recruit true freshman from Franklin, Tennessee, and Navy Schuler, a dual-threat redshirt freshman from Fletcher, North Carolina. The Mountaineers quarterback bench will be prepared for the season by new offensive coordinator and quarterback coach Frank Ponce, who is returning to Appalachian State after leaving in 2018. Ponce was with App State from 2013 to 2018 and coached the Mountaineers to 3 consecutive Sun Belt championships during his 5 years before becoming the Louisville Cardinals quarterback coach. With this lineup and coaching staff, Appalachian State is looking good for their 2021 season.
In alumni news, former Appalachian State offensive lineman Daniel Kilgore will be playing in the Super Bowl 55 as the center for the Kansas City Chiefs. Kilgore played on the App State offensive line from 2006 until his graduation in 2010 and has been playing in the NFL since 2011. This will be his 2nd Super Bowl appearance, as he played in the 47th Super Bowl with the San Francisco 49ers in 2013. Kilgore will be looking for his first Super Bowl win this time around as the Chiefs defend their title and aim to win back-to-back Super Bowls.
With the Super Bowl coming up, how do you two think it will play out?
Well, I don't really know that much about football, but I asked my brother what he thought, and he thinks Tampa Bay is going to win because they have Tom Brady and he has won a lot of Super Bowls. But if I was to predict the score, I would say Tampa Bay is going to win 32-27.
I kind of agree with you, Ashley, but I think Tom Brady, since he's been to 9 Super Bowls and has won 6 of them, they do have a really good chance just because of that, in itself. But I want the Chiefs to win because I want Patrick Mahomes to have 2 back-to-back Super Bowl wins. So, that's kind of what I'm hoping will happen. And so if I had to predict, I would say that the Chiefs are going to win, let's say 38-24.
Good prediction. I'm thinking the Chiefs is going to be too much on the offensive side to handle for the Buccaneers. And I'm giving a score of 38-35, Kansas City Chiefs.
As the fall semester came to a close at the end of November, so did the college volleyball season. With App State's women volleyball team closing out their season at 1-13, the season was not an easy one as the coronavirus canceled and postponed large parts of the 2020 schedule. This caused the Mountaineers to start 2 weeks late, missing their first 5 matches and another 3 midway through the season. Over the course of the season, the team scored 696 points and had 522 kills and scored 71 aces off of serves. The team's only win came from a 3-1 victory over Georgia State in late October, with a fourth set win that ended the match in favor of the Mountaineers. The win over Georgia State was also the 200th win for head coach Matt Genepro, the second coach in program history to reach this milestone. The team fought hard but was unable to win again in the regular season or the Sun Belt Conference tournament. App Volleyball will suit up again for a tournament mid-February against Duke and UNC Chapel Hill.
Even with their season over, App State women's volleyball team will be on the road again in mid-February to play against ACC teams 6-2 Duke and 6-2 UNC Chapel Hill. The Mountaineers have played Duke 11 times, with App winning 3 of the matches and Duke 8. This will be the first time that App has met Chapel Hill on the volleyball court since North Carolina's 3-0 victory over App in 2010. The Mountaineers are eager to play these teams as coronavirus canceled and postponed many of their regular season matches. Faceoffs will begin on February 17th against Duke and the 18th against UNC. Both game times are still to be determined.
App State athletics is limited fan attendance this season, but even so, true Appalachian State fans can show their support for their favorite team with a life-size cardboard cutout of themselves. Cutouts will be set up for all home games inside of the Homes Convocation Center for the duration of the season. Fans can upload photos of themselves and personalize their cutouts on shop.fancutouts.com or find a link on App State Athletics page. Cutouts for volleyball starts at $49, while both men's and women's basketball starts at $59. And cutouts for all sporting events in-home starts at $69. All profits will be put right back into the Appalachian State Athletics program through the Keep Climbing Initiative, a program that has helped keeping all App State athletics up and running during the pandemic. The cutouts will be available for fans to purchase throughout the season to be put up in stands at any time.
The App State men's basketball team traveled to Troy, Alabama for a 2-game road series against the Troy Trojans this weekend, losing 62-71 in their Friday game and 59-65 on Saturday. Troy started off the Friday game ready to play hard, scoring 10 out of the first 13 points of the game. App responded quickly with the 6 points of their own to bring the score within 3. The first half consisted of back-and-forth runs between the two teams, and with the Mountaineers getting close to the Trojans but never taking the lead in the first half. Ending the first 20 minutes of play with Troy up 37-30, the second half started with a basket-for-basket exchange between the teams, with neither team breaking away. After 5 minutes of play, App finally broke the stalemate and with a 7-point run brought the game within 1. From there, the game consisted of runs by both teams, with the Trojans scoring last and App never closing the gap. In Saturday's game, App took an early lead with Justin Forrest scoring the first 5 points of the game, and the Mountaineers holding the lead for the first 10 minutes of play. The Trojans responded with 5 of their own, and the game remained close for the rest of the half, with neither team leading by more than 5 throughout. The Trojans held the lead for the half 32-30. The second half remained close for the first 10 minutes of play until Troy pulled away, holding App State near scoreless until the 4-minute mark. In the final minutes, the Mountaineers slowly closed the gap and were within 4 within 30 seconds left. Troy was fouled, and with 2 good free throws, Troy finished the game 65-59. The top scorers this weekend were Gregory Donovan with a team-high 15 points on Friday and 8 on Saturday, Michael Almanisi with 14 on Friday and 10 on Saturday, Justin Forrest with 9 on Friday and 15 on Saturday, and James Lewis Jr. with 9 on Friday and 13 on Saturday. The Mountaineers will travel to Atlanta, Georgia next week for a 2-game away series against the Georgia State Panthers.
As the basketball season continues, the Appalachian State men's basketball team is now second in the Sun Belt East. The only team ahead in the standings is Coastal Carolina with a record of 6-3. The Mountaineers currently have a conference record of 6-4, an overall record of 12-7, and have won games throughout the season against tough teams like Georgia State, South Alabama, Georgia Southern, and many more. Top scorers include junior guard Adrian Delth with 220 points, sophomore guard and forward Donovan Gregory with 196 points, and graduate student guard Michael Almanassi with 182 points. The Mountaineers have currently scored over 1,200 points in total this season and are averaging about 73 points per game. They have played hard all season, and the work that they have put in is showing through now.
With the announcement of the top 25 mid-major polls, the Appalachian State men's basketball team is appearing on the polls for the first time since 2010, coming in at 25th. The poll is created by a panel of sports experts and professionals that vote on and rank all of the NCAA Division I schools that are not part of the Power 5 conferences. App State is now joining other Sun Belt teams, including number 21 Louisiana, number 20 Coastal Carolina, and number 19 Texas State, as well as non-Sun Belt teams like number 9 Liberty, number 4 Belmont, and number 1 Gonzaga. The poll is updated weekly, and with many other schools receiving votes, the Mountaineers will need to keep playing like they are to hold their spot on the list.
This weekend, the Appalachian State women's basketball team met the Troy Trojans in Boone for a 2-game series. App State fell to the Trojan in both games, losing 60-80 on Friday and 52-74 on Saturday. Troy took an early lead in the first game, but the Mountaineers didn't give up, going on a 15-4 run at the end of the first quarter, giving the team a 6-point lead going into the second. App State kept the lead in the early half of the second period with Lainey Gosnell, Michaela Porter, Tiara Wilson, and Faith Alston scoring big to give App their biggest lead of the game. Troy answered back and scored the next 15 of 16 points, taking the lead and keeping it until the end of the half at 40-34. The Mountaineers played well in the third and kept the difference to 1 point for most of it before Troy pulled away and App couldn't bring it back. On Saturday, both teams played a close game, with neither team leading by more than a couple of baskets in the first period. Troy took control again in the second, scoring 10 points and leaving App without a basket in the almost 5 minutes of play. In both games, Troy used App State miscues to their advantage and scored big on the team in both games. Top scorers on Friday include Lainey Gosnell with a season high of 18 points, Michaela Porter with 10, Brooke Biggett with 9, and Faith Alston with 6 points. Saturday's top scorers were Janie Sanders with 19 points, Lainey Gosnell with 13, Bree Stanley with 8, and Michaela Porter with 7. The team will play 2 games against 7-6 Georgia State next weekend right here in Boone.
Appalachian State's women's basketball team has been showing off their skills this season and are currently 4th in the Sun Belt East with a conference record of 5-5. The Mountaineers started off their season strong with a pair of back-to-back wins against UNC Charlotte and UNC Asheville in their opening week. From then on, they continue to win games throughout the season and have had multiple games broadcast on ESPN+. They were on a 3-game winning streak before their losses to Troy this weekend, but are ready to start the streak again next week against Georgia State. The team has scored over 900 points this season and are averaging about 65 points per game. They will be playing against Georgia State in the Holmes Convocation Center this Friday at 6 p.m.
Every week, the NCAA recognizes the top women's basketball players from around the nation as some of the best in their sport. This week, Appalachian State senior guard Bree Stanley was selected for her outstanding performance against Georgia State in her last game. Georgia State was not a one-and-done for Stanley, as she is having a phenomenal season with starts in all 16 games, over 400 minutes of basketball played, and an average of almost 18 points a game. She has been named the Sun Belt Player of the Week twice this season, making her one of 2 players to be given this honor multiple times, and the first App State student athlete to receive it twice in the same season. With plenty of season left to play, Stanley will continue to lead the team and play some real Mountaineer basketball.
In 1971, the Appalachian State women's basketball program began. Now, in 2021, the team is celebrating 50 years of Mountaineer basketball. Since then, the program has evolved, grown, won, and lost together. The team has played over 1,200 games, won 6 conference titles, and has had 26 players score over 1,000 points. The team began in the Southern Conference, where they played for 43 years before moving up to the Sun Belt Conference in 2014. Appalachian State would not be the same without this program, and it is always a pleasure to watch the team play. Here's to another 50 years of Appalachian State women's basketball.
App State Wrestling held its last home meet of the season this weekend, beating the 7-3 Chattanooga Mocs 20-13 and blowing out the 0-4 Presbyterian Blue Hose 54-0. The Mountaineers took an early lead against Chattanooga, with multiple wrestlers having a 2-0 day and winning 9 matches with 5 pins. App State led the meet 17-6 with only 3 matches to go, but after a decision in a major decision for Chattanooga, the Mocs only trailed by 4. In the final match, Michael Burchell secured the win for App by breaking the 1-1 tie with Grayson Watt Hall with a takedown for the 4-1 decision, giving the Mountaineers a win and Chattanooga their first conference loss. App State took a well-deserved break as Chattanooga and Presbyterian squared off. With the Mocs beating the Blue Hose 43-0, the Mountaineers took the mat again, defeating Presbyterian 54-0 with one decision. One major decision, 6 pins, 2 forfeit wins, and 2 wins by technical fall. With 2 more wins under their belt, App State improves their record 5-2 and will travel to Lexington, Virginia for their final regular season meet against the Virginia Military Institute and the Citadel this Friday.
For their last home meet of the 2021 season, the App State wrestling team honored 8 of their graduating seniors this weekend against Presbyterian College. Wrestlers Cody Russell, Thomas Flitz, Tim Warren, Ramon Rodriguez, Paul Carson, and DeAndre Swinson-Barr, as well as managers Carson Kilgo and Jaden Drury, were all recognized this weekend for all of the time, effort, and support that they have given to this team. They have all poured their blood, sweat, and tears into this season, and their hard work has helped the team on and off the mat. Unfortunately, no in-person attendance was possible for the special day, but fans were still there in spirit to support the seniors and the team. All of App State wishes these seniors good luck in all of their future endeavors.
In track and field news, the App State's women's track and field team attended the Liberty Elite Invitational that took place January 22nd and 23rd, coming back with wins in 3 events. The meet did not give out team scores, but even so, the Mountaineers took 3 top spots in the 5,000-meter run, first and second in the long jump and the pole vault. In the 5,000-meter run, Riley Caldwell finished in first with a time of 18 minutes and 21 seconds, Lila Peters in the second with a time of 18 minutes and 23 seconds, and Bridget Kunkel with third place and a personal record of 18 minutes and 26 seconds. Maya Hank took first place in the long jump last weekend with a jump of 5.76 meters, and second place going to Neva Haddock with a jump of 5.59 meters. Celia Agee dominated the pole vault, taking first place by 6 inches at a height of 3.5 meters, and Casey Minert tying for second with a height of 3.35 meters. App State also finished third with a triple jump and 30-meter dash, with a 5th place finish in both the 800-meter dash and the 3,000-meter run. The team will compete again next week in Johnson City, Tennessee for the Buccaneer Track and Field Invitational on February 5th and 6th.
App State Tennis opened its season this week traveling to Raleigh for a weekend match against number 12 NC State, losing 7-0 to the Wolfpack. The weekend consisted of 6 single matches and 3 double matches, with each playing 1 set to be counted as the best of 3 match. Doubles match was played by Theodora Sevo and Maria Jose Sakaris, who lost 2-6. Doubles match 2 by Helena Figueres and Kinzia Elisina, losing 3-6. And doubles match 3 by Virginia Poggi and Sandra Agleso, losing 0-6. The resulting loss gave NC State the point for the doubles match. The singles match were 6-0 sweep, with App falling to take the single set from State and ending the weekend for the Mountaineers. The team will play again at their home opener this Saturday at 3 p.m. against Western Carolina.
With time winding down before the start of their season, App State Athletics has released the 2021 schedule for Mountaineers baseball. Starting their season on February 19th, the team will play 54 regular season games through May 22nd, including 8 games against Power 5 teams, and ending the season with the Sun Belt Conference Tournament on May 25th. The season will begin with an away weekend series against Winthrop. The Mountaineers' home opener will be the following weekend at Jimmy Beatty Smith Stadium here in Boone. Due to COVID, in-person attendance will not be allowed at the game for the foreseeable future, but fans are still encouraged to support the team by purchasing the fan cutouts to be placed inside the stadium for all home games, and will be allowed to take the cutouts home at the end of the season. Dates for all games in the 2021 season can be found at appstatesports.com, as well as an active team roster.
That's all we have for you this week, sports fans. I'm Abigail Watkins.
I'm Ashley Marion.
I'm Shaheem Stafford. Tune in next week to stay up to date on all things Appalachian State sports.